Now this is Riverbank at Fernvale. Now in this home tour, we're going to analyze why a 3-bed dual key right now might be one of the best economical investments. It's the one that is currently ongoing. Okay. For a single buyer, a young family, or young couple in today's market. Let's go. Brief backdrop on Riverbank, we are located in this new town called Fernvale. Fernvale is an extension part of D19 Sengkang but is located in the D28 zoning. Riverbank was completed in 2017. Lease start date was in 2013, developed by UOL, 555 units right here. Now, the dual key layout was invented about a short 10 years back when Singapore has an onset of the cooling measures, and a lot of investors have been thinking about how to co-own 2 units under one singular name. Dual key layouts presents one of the best choices when you are actually thinking about buying 2 properties at one shot, but you only need to invest using a single name, because this is technically a single unit by itself, because the layout is done in the sense that one of the studio unit is just like a junior master, but it has its own kitchenette, it has its own ensuite bath, and it is a standalone unit that's very suitable for a rental investment play. Now firstly, to invest in the dual key, one of the most important components will be the numbers. There are only approximately 139 3-bedroom dual key, 4-bedder dual key, 70 units in the entire Fernvale. In totality, there are less than 250 units right here. Within the entire Riverbank, out of 555 units, only 52 of them are 3-bed dual keys spread over 3 different stacks. In the entire Fernvale, right now there are only 4 developments with dual key kind of layouts. And you have Tilbury, River Trees and Riverbank bearing the 3-bedder dual key layout. High Park Residences only have 4-bedder dual key layouts. Right now in entire Riverbank, whether you are facing towards the river, which are the premium stacks, or you're facing the internal facing, which is I think in the second most premium stack because you're having pool view, quiet facing as well. There are external facings right here, but when we look at the entire site plan analysis, there are only 3 stacks for the 3-bed dual key. Stack 34 is definitely one of the most premium stacks when it was launched because it's facing towards the river side, which is Sungai Punggol. You can also take a very nice nature walk right on from the back gate of Riverbank. One of them is stack 13, and this is the stack that we're standing right now. Right beside us, there's also stack number 27. The 5-bedder is facing towards the river. 5-bedder being the most premium stack, you have stack 34 planted right beside it. That forms the premium stack right there. Second most premium will be where the 4-bedders are being located, and they're all facing internally towards the pool facing. And there we have stack 13 just right beside the 4-bedder, and stack 27 also right beside the 4-bedder. So from this we can note that in terms of the premium direction, pool facing is definitely, of course, one of the very premium stacks as well.
I got this feeling I can't describe, this magic in the air, the world has come alive.
So let's talk about Fernvale as a location. This is almost like a brand new town that sprouted over 10 to 15 years back, and predominantly about 70 to 80% of the land use right here is towards the public housing, and it all started from BTO projects. That will mean that a brand new demographics has been inserted into the entire Fernvale estate, with mainly young families that has got married, gotten their matrimonial flats. Right now in Singapore, most of them are on a dual income fashion. Now what does that mean? When you invest in some of the private properties right here, when you want to exit, you know that there's a ready audience that has lived in Fernvale in their HDB apartments, and they might want to live back in some of the private properties within the entire Fernvale region. And having a future ready audience is definitely one of the key features when it goes on to the investability quotient of a particular property. And we also like the fact that Fernvale was being constructed with just 3 LRT stops towards the Sengkang main MRT station, and from Sengkang, bearing on the northeast line, that takes you about 25 minutes only to reach Dhoby Ghaut towards the city centre, and in future towards the Punggol Tech Hub that's just right across the TPE. If you drive, not only do you have accessibility towards TPE on the tail end, on the front end you can also access CTE via Yio Chu Kang Road. The amenities right here within the Fernvale belt, so you have Seletar Mall serving the residents here. Right across the street there's also Greenwich Mall. As we head in, the foyer zone, interestingly, this dual key also gives you a private lift kind of access. It's very rare for a dual key to come with a private lift because usually these are all given to the 4-bed premium or 5-bed premium kind of layout. So you can either come back from the private lift or you can come back from the common lift lobby through your main door. And from the foyer zoning, the owners have spent close to about $20,000 to pump up more carpentry so that it becomes more functional in nature. And because of the fact that your foyer is pretty wide, this is where the DB box is being located. Now, something to note about dual key unit is that let's say you're planning to live in one unit and rent out the other, the electricity consumption meter is very important because in some of the dual key units in Singapore, sometimes after buying them over, then you start to realize that you have to spend additional amount to employ a PE to come and do an additional meter box just to have that segregation. So something that UOL has done well in Riverbank is that this comes pre-built with separate meters, and that's a very important added point as an investor.
You told me I'm your anchor, I told you you're my pole. Through the wind and fire we try to hold on.
So this is the studio unit that's currently ongoing at about $1,600 market rental per month. Some of the dual key design in Singapore is that the balcony actually is a shared balcony from the living room to the studio unit. Usually if that happens, the owner will then install like a barricade in between the balconies to have some level of privacy. But this is all very well thought out by the developer because as a studio unit, you don't have the balcony outside. The balcony belongs to the living room area. So you have full privacy right here. This is a very nice full-on kitchenette design because of the fact that you have your own private sink, induction cooker, Electrolux hood and hob, and the provision is done for your washer cum dryer right here. You also have a microwave unit right here. And one of the key reasons why I think sometimes it might be a little bit more costly for a developer to continue building dual key units is because of the fact that you need to build two separate kitchens within the same unit, and sometimes there are pipings and all that. It's very hard for you to mix different units in the same stack, and that entire particular stack has to be a dual key because of the piping provisions. This is your ensuite bathroom, very well maintained, great condition, full mirror unit. There's a bottom storage right here. WC fittings in the bathrooms, they are all done with Hans Grohe. Your standing shower. We also like the fact that the standing shower has planned provision right here within the wall line. So these are places for you to put your toiletries. Storage at the bottom for your kitchen unit, at the top as well. So all good and fine. Very easy to rent out, I think. Partly because Riverbank is a full condo facility. It has floating gym, it has barbecue pits, the pool is beautiful, tennis court as well. And the back door leads you to the entire Sungai Punggol for you to cycle over the weekend. And on top of that, Sky Terrace unit at 2 towers, and so you get to enjoy a combination of views as well as tons of facilities right here. So currently this is a queen bed, small little work desk area, fridge space provision, 2-door sliding panel door. You have top hung areas for more storage. Now have a look at this part. This is like a 2-in-1 kind of wardrobe system. So at the top you can put in more clothes. Here you can put in a small television, and then towards this direction that is for your clothes. Next most important thing is to look at the pricing performance of some of the private properties in the Fernvale region. So the first private property that was in Fernvale was H2O Residences, followed by River Trees, Riverbank, and Large Acres being an EC. Right now, Park Greenwich is doing at about $1,100 odd per square foot for its launch. In future, in about 8 years time when it hits its MOP period, they might be looking at about $1,400, $1,500 per square foot, depending on what will be the ongoing market price in the next 8 years, which might be even more. Moving back, you have High Park Residences, which is doing at about $1,200, $1,300 odd per square foot. You have Park Botania, that is now averaging at a median PSF of about $1,400 to $1,500 per square foot. Park Botania being a private condominium, once it hits its TOP stage in the next 1 year, the owners right there might be looking at putting up their properties in the range of maybe about $1,500 all the way to about $1,700 per square foot in the resale market as a TOP status. And coming back to this unit at $1.29 million at 1044 square feet, the asking price right now is about $1,235 per square foot. We think that the benchmark price is pretty safe because the monthly installment can be totally covered if you were to rent out both units as an investment play. Okay, so this is towards the 2-bedder version, and before we head in, something that's also very interesting is that, let's say if you rent out this unit, your tenant can actually have their own Firmax intercom system when they order Grab food and things like that. It will not disturb the 2-bedder occupants right there. All very well thought out in terms of the investment kind of concept. So when we come to the 2-bedder, let me bring on the floor plan again. This comes pre-built as an open kitchen kind of concept. If you want to segregate them, of course you can put in the sliding glass panel door right here and demarc it with maybe a top sliding panel as well over at this direction. But I think for a 2-bed concept, you don't really have to go into that extent because this feels pretty nice with a U-shaped kind of feature. So the open kitchen concept gives you a built-in oven right at the bottom, 3 induction burner system, and then you have top hung cabinets towards this direction as well. You've got a sink and you have a corner tabletop area as well. Fridge space provision. By default, UOL gave the dual key unit's owner the kitchen cabinet up to about this direction, and there's a dining table that comes with the unit as well. Right now, the dining table is in one of the bedrooms. So what our owner has done is that when they renovated, they have then extended this part to make it into like a breakfast table area. If you want to have like a sit-down dining, can have a sit-down dining right there because your balcony is sheltered as well. Now let me bring you out to the balcony. I want to show you this portion here. Now that green field is demarcated based on URA master plan in the year 2021 as a yellow zoning. So in terms of its yellow zoning, it's very likely to be an educational zoning, which might be low rise, maybe up to 5 levels in future. So I think in terms of cross van wise, from the left and right hand side, you're going to have a lot of cross wind coming from both angles. In terms of the main orientation, this is facing towards north, so it's on a north-south kind of orientation. Very breezy throughout the years. And most importantly, in terms of layout-wise, you can choose to put your dining right outside the balcony or use this open kitchen concept as a dining space as well. So in terms of living space, I think pretty decent because in totality, 1044 square feet is done in a very nice segregation and configuration. And this is where the washer cum dryer is being tucked neatly right here. I think everything has been very well planned. Let me show you the 2 bedrooms. Currently it's being done with like a bunk bed movable concept. Wardrobe is pre-built and it's all the way up to the top. So this was the original dining table that came with the unit from the developer. If you want to remodel by tearing down the high breakfast table, you can still do so. You can put this back as well. We'll leave that up to you. This is the common bath. It's also pretty good in size. I would say it is slightly wider than the one in the studio zoning. Next, you come into the master room. Master room wise, currently it's fitted with a queen bed, kids cot, and you have a small little planter balcony outside. Currently our tenants are using for their clothes rack drying. Ceiling fan has been done, and throughout the home, 4 ceiling, cove lights, ceiling fan in the living, and 2 bedrooms, they're all already pre-built for you. As we come back, you will notice there are wallpaper done with a beige tonality throughout the home. If you want to change that, it's pretty easy. Just need to replace them with your own version of wallpaper that you like. The master also is pretty big, standing shower at the back of the door, and you have bottom storage right here below the sink. Of course, some storage space here together with the mirror as well. Let's have a look at the typical 3-bedroom asking price right now in the entire Fernvale region. So let's say the total quantum is in the range of about $1.2 million. Let's just pack it to the asking price of this 3-bedroom right now, which is at $1.29 million. Assuming you are earning about $7,500 per month as a single person, you can qualify for a 30 years loan tenor with a 1.5%. Right now, although you can get 1.1 and 1.2%, for illustration purpose, let's just take it at this number. Your monthly installment is going to be $3,339 per month, and using a $1,260 ordinary account contribution per month, you are going to top up an amount of $2,079 in terms of cash. And for the sake of the illustration, we will not count the $290 odd monthly maintenance, which is pretty low for a 3-bedroom dual key in today's context. Option 1 means that you're okay to live in the 2-bedroom portion. You can have the choice to rent out the studio part at about $1,600 ongoing rate right now in Riverbank Fernvale. So with that $1,600 per month, that will then add a different dynamics into your monthly installment amount compared to the previous scenario where you have to top up $2,079 out of pocket cash per month. Right now with $1,600, you only have to top up $479 cash out of pocket every month, and that is a huge impact because that amount can go into your future savings. Now let's have a look at scenario number 2. 2. Let's say if you're a single person are already planning on buying a studio unit or one-bedroom apartment within this entire region. Most of the new launch one-beders, they are already at about $900,000 or close to $1 million. And you're thinking about falling back to a one-bedroom resale in maybe D19 or D28. Averagely right now, you can get a one-bedder at close to about $700,000 range. Monthly installment with the same scenario will be at about $1,800 per month in terms of monthly mortgage. The ordinary account contribution based on a $7,500 salary, that will mean that you have to top up close to about $500 odd per month in terms of a cash outflow. Now compare that alternative to buying a 3-bedroom dual key, because based on a $7,500 per month income, you can technically afford a 3-bedroom dual key at $1.29 million. In this particular scenario, with you living in the studio apartment and renting out the 2-bedroom portion of this 3-bedroom dual key, right now the 2-bedders in Riverbank, in terms of its dual key layout, they are commanding at about $2,500 per month. With your 3339 monthly mortgage, less of your 1260 CPF contribution, add back the $2,500 cash inflow from a rental play. Instead of having out-of-pocket cash every month, right now you are earning $421 cash into your pocket every month if you were to invest in a 3-bedroom dual key version and living in a studio unit yourself. Now on to the last scenario is that if you're a single person and then you don't need to really live into the unit that you're going to purchase because maybe you're still living together with your parents. This is one of the rare real estate right now that will still command a 3.8% rental yield, because if you're to buy this dual key unit, you're going to enjoy $2,500 rental play on the 2-bedroom portion, $1,600 rental play on the studio portion. All in that gives you $4,100 cash inflow per month in terms of rental investment. And if you were to illustrate the numbers again, 3339 in terms of monthly mortgage, let's have a 1260 CPF contribution for an ordinary account, add back the $4,100 in terms of a cash inflow, that's going to net you $2,021 cash inflow into your pocket every single month. You can give a portion of it to your parents, or you can alternatively use this $2,000 to maybe rent another place of your own. So there are a lot of different options when you have high rental returns every month coming from a dual key unit. I think in future, if you don't want to rent out any unit, this entire space is fantastic for your family's usage, because you have like a junior master, you have a main master with ensuite, and then you have a common room, all in 3 beds, 3 baths. I think having a dual key is definitely one of the best economical choice right now in today's market. So if you want to have a look at this place, give a call to our listing managers. The numbers are all right down below. We hope that you enjoyed this episode on dual key concept right here in Fernvale at Riverbank. My name is Melvin Lim, always happy to show the place, and meantime, take care. Right now, the 2-bedroom layout portion in the dual key layout. Hey, what's the third scenario? 不要动，不要动，不要动。